Okay, hi guys, and welcome to our stream. We have match 26 tonight, which is Mavs versus Enigma 9. I'm joined here by Nigel, who's going to be my co-panelist. Hi, Nigel.
Evening, hey everyone. Welcome to the stream and welcome to the top three spot, right? This is the match for the top three spot.
Yeah, I think so. What is this? Like a precursor match to that, I think.
Oh yeah, the loser goes out and then it'll be three teams left.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's the same thing.
Yes. Enigma 9 does have the first pick here. This isn't the first time that the teams have met. Last time that they met, the team Enigma 9 was called no limit at that point. So they have one game. Enigma 9 have won one game, but they've lost four. No, they've lost five. So it will be interesting to see how they've changed their draft. The last time they lost, they didn't have Nemesis Prime, so maybe they've changed things up a bit. And then Z King wasn't in the lineup at that time. So yeah, Diggy is open as a counter to the Gwen. Well, I know that I think Circuit will be going Romeo. So yeah, what do you think, Sam, so far?
I think Con took a really, really good pick. Nolan is actually really strong at the moment, and like you mentioned, now you can see Circuit actually picking up the Diggy so that he will be able to counter the Gwyn.
I actually thought they were gonna lock the Valentina so that they would also have the Farmer's Halt. But surprisingly, Nemesis seems to be on the Hanabi. It's an unfamiliar role for him. At least the hero, I haven't really seen him play Marksman at all. But I also haven't seen him play Hanabi. So I mean,
I
Hanabi
also
is
haven't
Marksman.
haven't
Yeah,
seen him
he is
play
Marksman
Marksman or
at TC.
anything.
Uh-huh. There's this. Yeah. So yeah, but what do you think so far? What are your thoughts on the draft?
Okay, so far I'm really liking the side of Mavericks. I see Ward chose his Terizla. It's a very comfortable pick for him. He's normally on his Terizla. Gambit normally, well, for I think most like of the duration of this tournament, Gambit was not playing, but when he did play, then he left such a great impact. I remember he got that Savage on Alice, and now you can see him playing the Faramis. I'm interested to see how he plays his Faramis, and I'm wondering whether he's going to go Faramis mid or if he's actually going to go roam Faramis.
Yeah, it looks like they have both. Oh yeah, teriyaki is the last pick. So I think it might be just a farmer's roam. I mean a farmer's mid lane because teriyaki hasn't picked his roam hero
Yeah,
yet.
and
Um,
Terry's gonna be the one who roams as well. So
definitely. Fred is an unconventional pick here, especially since we have the. I mean, you hardly get to see the hero in XP lane. But it is still a decent hero to have. So they're picking up Fred XP. You usually just see the Fred in jungle. In rare instances, you see him in the roam position. But it's still a decent hero. It's just that in terms of scaling, he might struggle a bit against the Terizla. I mean, he is good for sets. I mean, the Terizla does has a better position in terms of sets, but he is still tanky. And yeah, I mean they have a decent lineup. I think both teams have decent lineups. Yeah.
yeah, that's true. They do have a decent lineup. I think both teams sort of like compensated for each other. I can see like on Enigma 9 they did compensate for the fact that there's a Gwyn and a Faramis. So an easy way to counter that would just be to have the Diggy. So yeah, I think both teams did a really good job of drafting. Um, yeah, but whose draft do you think is better?
Yeah, I mean, I would have been in a good mood if not good mood rather. I think Valentina would have worked very well for Enigma 9's draft if they locked it a bit earlier because there's so much odds for them to steal. They could have stolen the Kaja, Terizla, like so many different odds
Mm,
to steal. But the Kadita isn't a horrible pick either. It's just that they have a farmer, so it's gonna be very difficult for them to burst down. you know, and Mavericks people. So let's see how that goes. Yeah.
Okay, so I think we're gonna hand back to Fluffy this time and Doof for the
We
commentary.
I want to try a new thing. Yeah, what's up? Sure. Before we go, Scar, I want to do a new thing where we do a score prediction. Everyone is gonna have to do it, obviously. I'm gonna go with 2-1 Mavericks. What's yours? I'm going to ask everyone on the panel, including Doof. 2-1 Mavericks. What is your score prediction?
Okay, I'm also gonna go 2-1 on the side of Mavericks.
Okay, Doof.
Uh, no comment.
No comment. Wow,
Doof is
everyone. I
gonna
want
be
to force
biased,
Nick. Come on,
guys.
forcing
Come
everyone to
on.
do it. Yeah. Who else is it? Is Fluffy here?
Yes, yes, I'm
Yeah.
here. I understand why Doof doesn't want to comment. It's his own team playing here, and he
Yeah,
is
wow.
the tournament host.
True, true, true,
Um,
true. So Fluffy, what are your predictions?
you know what? I'm gonna choose what nobody else wanted to. I'm gonna go for 2-0 Enigma here.
Okay, perfect,
Um,
perfect.
not,
I mean, as soon as you said that, Khan manages to get the first blood. So very, very, very good play from Khan. Manages to catch up Teriyaki. I think he might be able to actually get the second kill yet. Oh,
yeah,
flick
oh, but the
on the
premise
back
does pull
rather.
on the.
Yeah, Khan.
I think that the Nolan does get out here, but both marks are a bit low here on the sides as well. Looks like the Gwen might look for the Sanabe.
I think they're gonna try to gank, but I think Nemesis Prime sees that in recall, even though his health is only about halfway through. He's gonna miss out on a bit of wave, but I think it's better to be safer than sorry. Fred is in a good position for the next turtle here, so I think both teams are in a good for the next turtle, but it seems that Mavericks are already dragging it to their side.
Yeah, yeah, definitely doing a good job so far with the turtle. It looks like Swag is going to go and try to get the level 5, so you should have the advantage with the retreat. But the Nolan does already have it as well.
Yeah, I do like the Nolan pick though. I mean, Nolan has an
Oh,
escape
but the
skill. Oh,
Kadita, a very good set there, catching the Kaja. Oh, but Terizla does help take down this Fred.
definitely, and I
Very
mean,
even fight.
it is
Yes, sorry.
that's where the Federin is struggling a bit because Khan manages to steal the Lord. Very well done from him. I think he manages to out retribute the Guinevere in this instance. I think also he's a bit faster, so his skills have a much faster casting down. I mean, the Ixia and the Hanabi are doing a nice little 1v1 there, but it seems that the Hanabi is actually winning. Might actually be able to kill Virus. Virus is forced to retreat.
Yeah, we do see the Kadita is zoning there, but the Kaja does find her out a bit.
Yeah, three members on the side of Mavericks on that side, but I see the Diggs is also busy zoning in. The Kadita wants to go in here. I think he's gonna try to kill them. He might actually get, yeah, manages to kill the
Yeah,
Ixia. No one was really expecting that thing to happen, but Jinx, very good pickup from him. Manages to. Oh, Fireman is
oh,
forced to use the ult.
yeah, but Diggy uses the ult as well. The side of Maverick's not really getting anything out of it. Oh, the Kaja might be in a bit of trouble. Okay, does fortunately get out. But the Gwen does go in for the chase after the Nolan.
Yeah, the Gwen is going after the Nolan here, but the Dig is doing a pretty good job. And again, I like the skill that the Nolan has to disengage. So even if she is caught a bit by the Gwen, you might be able to escape with this with his ult. So very good draft coming in from the side of Enigma 9 so far. And this is exactly what they need to be doing. They need to be playing aggressive, need to be playing a bit more aggressive, especially against Mavericks. We've seen that in instances where the team goes like head on against Mavericks. They do take a bit of time to adjust to that sort of play style. They're used to like teams coming, de- just defending rather. But if the team brings it to them, it is a different kind of matchup. So very good start so far from the side of Enigma 9.
Yeah, definitely. I just think that Diggy offering so much more at this stage than the Kaja is. But we do know the Kaja does take a bit of time to get online. Looks like the
Yeah,
side of Enigma is trying to do the turtle as fast as possible. Oh, but the Kaja does pick it up. Oh, but the Kadita does get the ult. Picks
I'm
up the
actually thinking he might
Ferraris.
actually be able to get another kill here. The Gwen is trying to get a kill, but unfortunately, the members of Enigma 9 have so much disengaged skills. I like the way that the Dig is actually positioning his skills. They manages to save his people from the ult of Ixia, so Ixia wasn't able to get as much value as we'd love to in that team fight.
Yeah, but I still don't think that was a bad fight from the side of both teams there. I think Mavericks maybe got a bit lucky picking up that turtle, especially with the Kaja, but the side of Enigma still doing very well, getting the kill. Yeah, just having a very great start, and even though the Terizla did a great rotation, the side of Mavericks couldn't get much out of it at the moment.
Definitely. I mean, I think I would have preferred a different XP laner, but like it works.
Oh, but
Just
sorry, the
top lane.
Ixia does fall to the Nolan himself.
I think they might actually try to force the top lane turret, but Gwen sees that. Conceal used by the Haja. He's gonna go try to kill the people there. Build
Oh,
team fight. Diggy's up, doesn't have
so
the
the
ult at the
Nolan does
moment.
get picked up.
Yeah, Kadita's gonna look to do another set here. Hopefully they don't see him. That's what he's hoping would happen. Uh, yeah. So Fred is not gonna be so useful in terms of team fights. He is gonna be good in terms of just being the tanky hero late game. Just that early game, he's not gonna have that faster rotations. I think Terizla is a much faster hero in terms of rotation. Yuzong would have been good
Oh,
though. Diggy
but
taken out.
in the mid lane, Guinevere does pick up the Diggy as well.
Definitely. Kaja doesn't have ult yet, but I think they're just looking to bait out a bit of the skills. The next turtle is coming up. Fred will be back in that time, but unfortunately, I mean, Diggy doesn't need to go back to base. He can just go straight to the turtle. But I think he's
Yeah,
still
you
in the
can
field
just help there, get some vision for the side of him. Side of Mavericks is trying to do it as quick as possible. The Nolan is taking his blue. I don't think he will be in time to contest this.
I don't think they're interested in contesting it, especially since, you know, they're not the tankiest team to have, and they're scared of getting picked up, especially by the heroes like Kaja. Kaja will. Oh,
Yeah,
very good decision making there on the top lane. They managed to take the top lane turret. Two members of Mavericks are going there, but it's a bit too late now because they've already gotten the turret. Nolan is there. They do have the numbers, but Fred won't be able to kill the Terizla. In terms of 1v1, they're just basically gonna heal the entire game, unless maybe he picks up a bit of like anti-heal. That might be good for him. See that? Oh yeah, they're just gonna just draw each other out. So most of the kills will be coming in from the top lane turret. And in rare instances where the Terizla rotates top lane.
yeah, where it goes to the middle of the top lane. We're not really seeing so much. Oh, but we do see a fight here coming out here on the mid side. The Nolan does just decide to engage, but we do see the Netherarm being popped. But the Ixia does pop the full barrage and does get the Nolan with the help of Guinevere there.
Definitely, the Nolan gets picked
Guinevere
up. The
might get this Diggy as well. And she does pick up the Diggy.
Ooh, very good fight
And the
coming
Navi
in
is
from
right
Mavericks
behind
here.
her there. And the Son of Mavericks also do pick up the Kadita. And forces the Navi to use that Aegis.
Yeah, Fred is gonna come try to fight here, but he doesn't. Unfortunately, he doesn't have anti-heal. I would suggest he get it a bit
Yeah.
earlier so that he can win those fights against against
He
War.
might be in
War.
trouble here trying to defend the turret. Yeah, and he does fall for it.
Oh, unnecessary dig out there. I don't think it was a good art from Dig, especially since a lot of team fights are coming in and the Lord is here. Yeah, the Lord is coming up and Dig is out, especially since it doesn't have cooldown at the moment. It's gonna take a bit. You won't have it for that Lord fight, but like, yeah. So there was. I mean, he was the only one there. I don't think his cooldown would have been that extreme to not like to just save it up for before the team fight. Mavericks gonna look to take the second turret of the game. I think that their main issue right now is again the Terizla. I think we all knew that the Terizla was coming. So, but they did ban the Xbox as a first pick. Z King is pretty comfortable on that Xbox, so I think he was forced to use a hero like Fredrin. Fredrin's not a
Yeah.
horrible hero, just XP is
This
a bit
Terizla
difficult.
might be in trouble here, wait. And it does look like they do pick up the Terizla there from the side of Nolan.
Very good pick off there. I think that also puts them in a position to take their second turret of the game. Evening it out now. It's going to be three turrets to two, but they're in a very very good position for the next Lord,
Yeah, I
especially if they
think
can
this
pick out the
Scarja,
first one.
Scarja might be in trouble here. The Gwen is there to maybe support you.
Very
Yeah,
good
the side
zoning in coming from the Fred. They don't have an
Yeah,
XP laner, but the XP laner of Mavericks has respawned. I think they're gonna start to try it because they know that it's coming. Enigma 9 also not in a terrible position for this. It's just that they're worried about the pickups coming in from the side of Mavericks. Very good art from Diggy. Unfortunately, they don't have Hanabi's damage, but like they might be able to do something. I just think
oh, but very good
if
ult from
Hanabi
the
was here,
Terizla fan.
I think Hanabi might be able to come in and clean up. But they've just lost a bit of members here. Z King falls. I think they might actually lose Nolan there. I think going in without the Hanabi wasn't the best idea, especially since they needed that damage. Ixia was there, to do damage from the back. So yeah, they've lost that Lord. They are still in the game here, but I think it's just slight decision making they costed them that team fight. They didn't have the damage. They have the Fred, and I mean realistically, the Nolan and the Khadija was the main damage dealers there. It's just but Mavericks had like 5 people there, so unfortunately they lose that. I do like Jinx positioning though. He might be able to get the Q down
Oh,
the
but
X.
the Kadita does pick up the XRA. Sorry for that.
It's okay, it's okay. Very good off escape skill from Diggy. Manages to save up his teammate. But unfortunately, that allows the Teresa to go into the backline. It actually is gonna die there. Farmer's ult a bit too late. They will be able to defend this Lord, but unfortunately, Gwen says no. Manages to take the kill down on Nemesis Prime.
Yeah, the side of Mavericks just getting a lot out of this at this stage so far. Looking to maybe push in the stop turret here as well. The Kaja and the Faramis is there. I don't know if they have the damage to maybe take care of this Nolan, but the Gwen is coming from the side there. She might. Oh, she does jump on the Diggy. The time journey is committed though.
Yeah, another thing that I'm seeing again, no anti-heal from the side of Enigma 9. It's just another thing. Anti-heal is a very important item, especially if you're facing heroes that heal a lot. Terizla is a very, very annoying hero. If you're going to be facing him, you need to especially build it up early. But just to prevent a bit of healing coming in, I think also Gwen does a bit of ton of bunch of healing, especially in the late game, and he's also going tank Guinevere, so it's going to be a very, very difficult to kill him. He only has one attack item in this build, so very good draft. It's just that you know itemization is also important in this game because Terizla is going to be sort of like the pseudo tank for the side of Mavericks. They do have the Kaja, but I think he's gonna be the main engage tool for them to check those bushes because I think after he builds, uh, another. I think he's already gone full build. He's not gonna be building any more physical items. He's gonna be going
I'm
full
just
tank. So it's
looking
gonna be
here.
very difficult to kill them. Ooh,
This
Nolan's in a
Nolan
very
might
good
be in
position
trouble,
here.
yeah.
Wind of Nature used from the side of Ixia. He might actually still die here because he went to the backline straight. So very good positioning from Con. Farmers ult, Diggy use ult. Everyone has used their ult here. Very good ult from the detail, but unfortunately Ferdinand doesn't have enough damage. Ferdinand is going tank build here. But the Nolan might be able to pick off. But again, look at the health of the Terizla. Just no one able to kill him because again, no one really has anti-heal. I do see that the Diggy is building
Uh,
anti-heal now at the moment. Uh, it's just that it's 12 minutes into the game, so it's very difficult for them to be building such items at this stage of the game. Uh, again, the next load is up. Diggy won't be back in time. They also don't have Con. I mean, they also don't have Jinx rather. But it is in a bad, terrible position for them. They're not too far behind to contest it. It's just that I think in this time they're gonna have all their members available for that Lord fight. So I think that's what they're gonna try to do.
Oh, we do see they are trying to get this. Swag might be in trouble here. Okay, the Netherarm is just popped in time. The Fred is still chasing.
Oh, very good damage,
I think the
insane
Fred
damage coming in
might be
from the
going.
Hanabi,
But
getting
the
the very
Faramis does
first
fall
kill.
though.
I think they might be able to push them away from this. The Diggy out as a counter to the Ixia there. I think they must disengage here because like they did get the kill, but I think Farmers has that had enough uh orbs built up to come back instantly. So he's basically back in the team fight here. Fred is very,
Yeah,
very low.
this Fred is in trouble. This Fred is definitely.
Ooh,
And the
very
Lord
good
does go to
kill.
the Kadita.
Yeah, very, very good out there. I think they must really, really think about disengaging. Yeah, I don't think that was necessary to stay down in that team fight because unfortunately they won't have anyone to help them push the next Lord in this game. So so very good engage. I think the red tree rather from Kadita. She doesn't have retribution, but like, yeah, she's very, very good at stealing lords. So she managed to take down the lord. They won't be able to do much with it, but it is a very good resource to steal at this stage of the game. I think that actually put them in a bit of a safer spot at this stage of the game. They're gonna try to kill the Terizla.
No,
It's
no,
too
sorry,
late.
you can continue.
Now I'm done. Go on.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's gonna be kind of difficult. They still don't really have anti on the side there of
It
Enigma.
seems
I
that
know that Diggy is building it.
it seems that at some point Diggy was going, Necklace or Duras, but now he switched it to Dominance Ice. I think, yeah, I'm not really sure which build he wanted to go for. There are four members on the side of Mavericks, in the top bush lane. If you have a hero like,
Oh,
oh
but we
jeez,
do see the engages coming here from both. Okay, the Netherarm is popped. Okay, but the Kaja does fall. I don't think the friend makes it out of here, does it?
yeah,
Both sides moving one member and just disengaging.
yeah, definitely. I think they would have had a good time with like hero like maybe Yuzong, able to dash straight to the backline. Disengage. Fred is good when he's taking up damage for the team, maybe in the jungle role, but in XP, we have seen him quite picked up a bit, but I just think in this specific draft,
Oh, but there's
in a
Nolan.
different, very good ult from the Diggy there. They might be able to get the
Yeah,
kill.
but
Ooh,
this
wow.
Nolan still falls for it though. He decides to walk back up a bit and the Charisma does catch him and the Diggy. Very good trade for the side of Mavericks then.
Very good engage. I think it was a flicker art coming in from the side of War. War has played Terizla in the last, I think, every single game except for maybe one. I'm very surprised that Enigma now didn't lock that for themselves. They locked, uh, they locked the Nolan early in the DA, which was pretty good heroes to lock anyways. So I understand the positioning in there, but yeah, if you weren't gonna pick the Terizla, at least find a way, a hero that deals with them very well, because I think they usually use them as a secondary tank. Um, so yeah, Fred is gonna have a much better game at this point because he is late game. So Mavericks won't be able to burst him down, so he's gonna be able to push check. I think he can be the tank that they need in this game. Because Diggy is a good hero, but she's just very, very squishy. She's very good at zoning, but that's most of what she can do.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, but we do see the Guinevere and the full barrage coming out there. And the Diggy using the time journey. But I think this Kadita does have a good position and maybe has a chance to catch someone off guard. She does use the ult onto the Kaja, the rough waves, but does decide to disengage.
Definitely, I think
And
Mavericks
Charisma,
is.
I think they might catch a Charisma here. Yes, and he
They
does
do.
fall for it.
There is there. Mavericks unfortunately cancelled the Lord. I don't know why they went out of that. They could have gotten the Lord. Farmer's ult used.
Okay,
Diggy still doesn't have his ult yet. He does have it now. I think Con is gonna look to get a kill here so that they can at least go for the next Lord. Diggy is very, very low, so is Jinx. I think all members are gonna choose to disengage. Oh no,
yeah.
they're going back in.
Oh, but they do catch the Kadita. Okay, I don't know. But the full barrage coming in again there. Okay, the Nolan
Right, he's
does
gonna
lose
try to
the
kill the.
immortality.
Yeah, I think both teams have lost quite a bit of members, so I think they're gonna stole the Lord. Not get it now immediately. I like the Ixia though. He's not having the best game in this instance, but he's able to waste the ult of D so that the members of Mavericks touches the Kaja or the heroes like the Rizla there's so many heroes that can basically waste the ult of Diggy in this instance here. He's a good hero, just again, it's just that the Valentina would have been also a better pick for them to have, at least in this draft here. But there is a Lord
Yeah.
here. Kaja
Oh, but
has managed to take down
ooh.
Con. No, Con manages to escape. Hanabi's gonna come to. Oh, very, very, very low farmers here. I think they're gonna. Enigma 9 can actually try to contest this because the members of Mavericks are very, very, very low. I think they should see that. I think the farmers are actually gonna be forced to retreat here.
Yeah, it does retreat, but the Gwen is back up.
Wait, was that a Wind of Nature used by Varus? I think Varus used his Wind of Nature there for some reason. I think it was a misclick. So you won't have that resource here, especially when the Nolan goes in. I wonder if the side of Enigma 9 knows that.
Yeah, and they do pick up the side of Enigma, picking up 2 members of Mavericks right there, picking up Swag. This should be a free lord for them.
Very good art from
Oh,
the DP there. Manages to take save the team. The first Lord goes to the side of I mean it's gonna be Enigma Nine's very first Lord. I think they'll be able to second Lord rather. They got the last one. They might be able to actually use this one more than their previous Lord. So very good team fight overall. I think that Wind of Nature being used by Virus wasn't the best idea. I think it was a misclick. But not having that resource allowed Mavericks to actually Enigma Nine to actually secure that kill. I think if
oh, but
Hanabi does manage to pick up an item like Sea Halberd, he might have a much better time in this game. But he is doing a pretty good job here so far. Very good positioning coming in from this part in the Hanabi debut. I
yeah, a
usually just
very,
came
very
playing.
great job so far coming from the side of Anabi.
Definitely, I think also it's one of the heroes that can actually just deal. No, yeah, it's a good response to the Gwen because he has NTCC. So Fredrin is the only one that's going to be pushing top lane. This is the most tanky, obviously, but I think they're going to be able to push down the bottom lane and take down the mid lane here.
Okay, we do see the Appraisal's Wrath being popped by the Fredrin there. Doesn't really hit anyone. Okay. God, the side of Mavericks just deciding to disengage there. This Lord should charge on this tower. Yeah, the side of Mavericks might lose a lot here. I
They
do think
might.
they
Oh,
do
very
pick
good
up the
off on the
thread. Oh, but the
Khadija.
Khadija!
Jinx into the backline. I think it might be a while, but I think it might be GG. Because they are in a good position here. I mean, Mavericks just going in.
But
They're
the Nether
struggling
Realm
to get
is
it out.
popped.
Very insane amount of damage coming in from the Hanabi. I think they might be able to end it here. Mavericks is timbers down. I think they're gonna try to force it, but unfortunately, Hanabi is altered, but luckily enough, where are the members? I think they weren't able to here. Oh wow, I'm very surprised. They weren't able to capitalize on the Hanabi being alive. So unfortunately, they won't be able to end it. But it was very good, very close. But luckily enough, Mavericks had Jinx, not Jinx rather. They had Swag who is still alive. He does still have his immortality in this game, but unfortunately the Hanabi got bursted down there. So very close call from the side of Mavericks. It almost looked like a CG, but it does still put Enigma 9 in a very good position to end here. The Sea Halberd, as I was saying, it has been picked up by Nemesis Prime.
Yeah, definitely. I think the problem there was the Khadija and the Diggy just being quite low, so they really couldn't help the Nabi. I think a bit of miscommunication between everyone there, and getting that Nabi caught out there. I think they should have disengaged as a team, but you should be up soon again, already fully farmed. But yeah, I think
Definitely,
both
but I
teams just
think
waiting for the next 8 seconds for the next Lord to come out here.
yeah, the Hanabi will be a problem from the side of Mavericks here, especially since he is able to position him well. I mean, Diggy has a lot of bombs here, but at this stage of the game, the Fred is just going to be the frontliner for the side of Enigma 9. He's not really going to try to get kills, but just try to basically be the sandbag and soak up as much damage as he can. Oh, Teresa's going to
Yeah,
try to
Mav
make a set here. I see what he's cooking, but hopefully he makes it in time. But unfortunately, they do lose their aroma here. So he cooked a bit too long there because his team is gonna end up losing the Lord. Uh, Diggy out manages to save down the Fredrin. I think very good engage from the side of Enigma 9. They had all their members committed to that Lord, so they committed communicated a bit better in that instance. The Terizla was clearing bot lane, yeah, but unfortunately didn't make it in time. So very good, you know, momentum being kept up here by the side of Enigma 9.
It's definitely. I just think sort of Mavericks is struggling a bit with some communication here. Chorizo a bit late for that team fight. I really think he could have made a massive difference, maybe turn it around for them. But this is a very good time for the side of Enigma to maybe go for the end here. Go for that
That's what
2-0
they're gonna
sweep that
try to
I
do.
said in the
Oh, very
beginning.
good engage from
Oh, and the
from
Paramus
Khan.
does get
Managed
picked
to
up
get to the back
immediately.
line. I think Hanabi's gonna lock
With,
down on the. Ooh, so many
but
outs being used.
the Gwen
Ixie is
does
doing
lose
so
the
much damage from the
immortality
back.
there.
Hanabi has locked down the Lord. I mean, locked down the. No, Hanabi is still alive. but I think they're gonna try to end this with this. Yeah, GG well played to the side of Enigma 9, taking the very first game. I think that's Mavericks' first loss in a while again. So I think we have seen them in a position where they need to make a comeback, and it usually, statistically speaking, it doesn't end up well for them. So they had a good draft in paper, but just the synergy of Enigma 9 here was really spot on. I like the Hanabi pick. So although she got silver, I think Hanabi did a pretty good job of being a marksman that isn't a problem for their team. I think Hanabi was a good pick. The Nolan was also just a solid pick, yeah. But I'll leave it up to the panelists to give the post game analysis. But yeah, it's 1-0 to the side of Enigma 9 so far.
Nigel, I think you're forgetting that you're also paneling with me.
Hello, ole, so I'm also paneling. Oh, cool, 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 cool. All right. Yeah. What do you think, Sam?
Okay, so yeah, I did actually like the draft of Mavericks more, but when it came down to the execution, I don't think that they were doing a very good job of like utilizing their strong points. For example, the Gwyn wasn't able to make like really good plays, mostly because the Diggy like soiled her plans, and of course Teriyaki on his Kaja, he was not able to single out those key picks, and the Terisla wasn't able to make many good sets also because of the Diggy. So like I think
Yes.
Diggy was.
Just give me a
Mhm.
second.
Okay.
No, go on. No, go on. Sorry, go on.
Huh?
No, you can go. Sorry for this. Go on. I was just fixing my net.
Fluff, could you please move to the top? So
Oh, sorry.
yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, but anyway, I think Con really played well. He was a menace on that Nolan. Well, Nolan is quite a strong pick. And I think that the synergy that we saw coming out from Enigma 9 was really good. And of course, yeah, I have not seen Nemesis Prime actually on a Hanabi before, but he did such a good job with her. So yeah, GG's to Con. Anyway, what are your thoughts on the draft? On the game, Nigel.
I think it was a good game overall. I really like the Diggy pick. Yeah, the Diggy pick was very instrumental to the side of Enigma 9. Yeah, we're just gonna sort out a bit of admin here before we start. But yeah, it was a pretty good game overall from both sides. I really like how they utilized the Diggy, but also the Hanabi in the late game. I was worried about them having the Fred, but in the late game, he did manage to do quite a bit of, tanking for his team. Yeah, so good game overall to both teams. 1-0 to the side of Enigma 9. I think they'll be in a good position for the next game. Yeah. Let me see now. Yeah, Mavericks hasn't really made any substitutions. Yeah, it's just we do see a change on the side of Enigma 9. They've changed out.
Yeah, they swapped out Nemesis for Mobachad.
Oh, Chow. Oh, you mean Beetlejuice? Okay. All right. Yeah. So they have Mobile Chad here. He's coming in from the side of Enigma 9. He will be playing in position of Nemesis. He usually plays XP, and he played for Rise in the last round. So let's just see how he does with the new team. So yeah,
Your team is banning.
in this instance, Mavericks does have the first ban here, first pick, first ban. So let's see how they can manipulate the draft in their favor. They ban out the Joy. I'm assuming. Mopachat does play the Joy, but I think they're trying to leave out maybe a Nolan And the Marches and was the Marches banned last game, Samara?
No, actually, I think the Joy is a target ban for Con because in a previous tournament game when Enigma 9 was playing, they played the Joy, and Con played a really good Joy, and he got MVP. So that was a target ban. And also, weirdly enough, on the side of Enigma 9, they banned out the Nolan. But I think that's obviously because Mavs has first pick. And we see Mavs also ban the Diggy because, Diggy keeps spoiling their plans. So hopefully without the Diggy in the way, they will be able to, push forward and take the second game. So we'll see. Oh, and we do see the Martyrs ban coming in from the side of Enigma 9. Okay, let's
I
see
think their
what.
plan is just to lock down the Gwen again. Yeah, they're gonna lock down the Gwen. But
Yeah,
they are in a position to counter pick. Maybe they can pick two strong heroes here as a counter. Maybe lock down the Valentina so that if they pick a hero like Mino, they would also have it as a secondary set. But I think they opting for comfort pick over other heroes. Yeah, Moba Chad and Con are the first two people to pick, but I think they might swap them for someone else. Yeah,
yeah.
MC and Moba Chad are gonna be the first and second pick. So the Charizla is gone inside Mavericks. So let's see how that goes. What? Yeah, Virus is here. His Brody's open. I mean, he could pick the Brody. And that is his comfort marksman. But I'm actually wondering if he's gonna lock it down here. Yeah, there's the Brody. Brody and
Again,
Farmers. Yeah.
Gambit's also sticking to his Faramis. I think they're more or less sticking to the last lineup, but just making a few changes here and there. But this lineup will probably work better now because they don't have the Diggy's ult on the side of Enigma 9.
I think they might do a little role swap here. Circuit might go Mage. Yeah, no, he's gonna stick with the Matilda. Matilda's a solid pick in this instance. For that in and out, especially since they have a hero like the Gwen that needs to jump into there. So I do like the Matilda pick here. Yeah, I think yeah, the glue ban is interesting. I don't think they would have picked it, but like I think they're just trying to prevent that hero from showing up. Yeah, Martis has been banned. Interesting fact that no one really picked Valia here, but Valia is just always perma banned in our server in terms of rank. So interesting to see how the tournaments lineup usually go. There is still an alpha still open, but no one picked alpha in this instance. Connor hasn't really played Fanny, but I've seen him play Fanny in Classic. He is last pick in this instance, so maybe he'll pick it. So yeah, Kadita again on the side of Jinx. He did a pretty good job last game. So War would be forced to use a different hero in this instance. Yeah, we see Minnow being locked in by Teriyaki. We haven't seen him play Minnow. We've seen him play support roams, but we haven't really seen him play tanky roams that engage. So let's see how he goes with those two heroes.
Now we see Wart circling down the Khalid.
Yeah. We
Okay,
did
and
see
he ends up picking it nice.
Yeah, we saw Khalid yesterday on the side of I think it was who played PHP. Yeah, they didn't really win with that Khalid, but like they might be able to do something different here. I think it also works well with the minnow, so it's gonna be a lot of like it's like an engaged sort of comp again. He had an engaged tanky sort of XP lane over the side of. I mean, when they had the Terizla, so I mean,
Yeah.
Khalid does the same job. So Con picks up the Xbox as the last pick. So Sam, what are your predictions this time? What was your score prediction? Did you say 2-1 also?
Yeah, I went to one Mavs. This
Yeah,
time I actually think um Mavs has a really good lineup. And also because there's no Diggy. So yeah, uh they have a lot of CC, they have a lot of damage. I think that the second game might just go to Mavs.
yeah. I mean, in terms of score prediction, that's how it's supposed to go. But yeah, let's see how the game goes. But I do like. I mean, Fluffy's gonna be coming back, but I do like the Xbox pick here. It's pretty tanky, and the cool part about Xbox is that when he is altered by the Gwen, he's able to dash away with his secondary shield. So, again, a solid pick to on the side of Enigma 9. But Mavericks also has a very good comp here, especially with the. I think they would need to play slightly more aggressive in this instance since they have a hero like Mino and the Gwen and the Khalid here. So they need to play very, very aggressive in order to counter that team.
Yeah, I think very interesting. Going for a quick gank here on the Urathel. She does need to pop the sprint quite early just to get out, and I think this Brody should be able to get a lot of target early on, but the Gwen is in trouble here as well. Does use a dash to get out.
Yeah, I think Enigma 9 is going to play very, very aggressive here. They have a very aggressive comp. But Mavericks, I think it will do them a favor to take the team fight to Enigma 9. I think they need to be on to step down the foot, yeah, on the pedal. Because if they do late play a bit complacent, it's going to end up like the last game. But it seems to be going that way. I think they're going to try to gank down the Irito here, but Irito I think notices that, and they're gonna use the
Yeah,
circuit as a way to zone out the enemy.
yeah, I think that we're going to try and put a lot of pressure here on the gold lane. I think the gold lane played a massive part in the first game, in the victory that Enigma got over Mavericks. We do see they pull, but the Mathilda is there to save the Urathel.
Yeah, so the off screen there, the Gwen was able to use the alt of. I mean, he was able to use his alt on the Xbox. Xbox second shield went off, but Xbox alt comes pretty relatively quick, so they will be able to circle down to the next turtle fight. Both teams in a good position. Gold exactly the same level. So let's see how they do for the. I do like that Jinx is bolding, uh, the skip boost is going straight for the damage.
Yeah, the Jinx should have the advantage here because Gambit doesn't have the ult yet. It does find the Minnow. I think the Minnow does fall. Turtle goes for the Xbox as well. Okay, but the leather arm just comes inside, but I do think the Son of Maverick still loses this fight. A
Yeah,
3
I
for
saw
0
that.
with the turtle. Going
Yeah,
to the Son
Khalid
of
was trying
Maverick.
to heal in the team fight. He was just standing there and healing. Unfortunately, it didn't work out
Enigma there.
because then
Sorry, man.
they were able to just die. Yeah.
Yeah, very interesting fight coming out there from the side of Mavericks and Enigma, and Enigma just taking the first fight and already having a 1.2k gold lead there.
Yeah. What I think happened in that instance also is that I don't think they were anticipating the Terizla being picked up here. So I think Khalid is good, but I think it's not usually what he's used to playing, at least not in tournaments. He is doing a pretty good job of cutting the lanes here, but the Terizla is just able to rotate faster to the team fights. He's going to try to actually help. He's just giving vision here on this team. The Irito, he's not going to have the best early game, but in the late game, he should be able to do quite a bit of damage. But Brody is on his comfort pick. I think he's got like a 90 something percent win rate. So hopefully the comfort will be much better for him. I think he didn't have the best Xia game in the last game. But they are rotating a bit differently in this game, yes. So they have the engage hero with them with them. So let's just see how the game gets.
Yeah, I just think side of Enigma taking very great care of this Martian at the early stages. Mathilda always making sure she does have that escape skill. Okay, Kadita does book the rough waves, doesn't get anything out of it.
Yeah,
But
and
they
I
also
think
looking to
also
engage here.
Mino used his ult, so he doesn't have that ult here for the next team fight. He doesn't. He used it on the Matilda, so he won't have that ult for the next next turtle fights. I think Enigma 9 knows that. So, where is the jungler? The jungler is gonna be coming in. Brody's in a very tough position here. He's very low, and his team is forced to go down to the turtle. So, I think he just needs to stay alive. He's gonna go back to his base and heal. But surprisingly, it looks like Mavericks will be the ones that actually end up taking the Lord. The turtle. Whoa,
Oh
whoa, whoa,
no,
whoa, very good. Retribution still on the side of Xbox here. He's gonna die, but the NT actually ended up getting a very good, important resource for his team there. so much happening here. I think they might be actually able to clear down the side of Mavericks and actually take down the blue buff. So very good response coming in from the side of Enigma 9. They lost their jungler, but he did also manage to take down the Retribution. I think they might be able to force down the mid lane turret here.
Yeah, a 1-for-2 trade there. I don't think they're really going to try and push mid here. I think they are still playing a bit safe, especially with this era. I said this Mathilda hasn't really left the side so far in the early stages. We see the minnows also
Definitely.
rotating a bit more top than usual than we saw in the first game, but Enigma having a very great start in the second game.
Yes. And I think also the Gwen is a good pick, but in this game he's not having the best game here also, especially
Oh,
since he's
but we,
dealing with
we
an
do see
Xbox.
that Gwen does commit herself. I think that Charisma might be in trouble here. He does use the penalty zone, but yeah, he doesn't get out.
Yeah, and
And the
then in
X-Men
the
does get
XP
up there.
lane, in the XP lane, I mean, rather in the gold lane, the Minotaur used his ult, but unfortunately he got caught down by the Xbox. So actually, the Minnow used his ult as a defensive, out, but unfortunately he was caught out by the side of Enigma 9.
Yeah. I think it is a bit of a better trade for the side of Mavericks. They do get this bottom tower as well as the kill on the XP lane, which is always just worth a bit more than on the gold lane. But this Brody is in trouble here and gets picked off.
Yes, the Brody got picked off there. The Minnow was in the bush. I think he was just bush checking, but unfortunately he wasn't able to make it down in time. In terms of turret, it is dead even. Only a slight like a 2k goal lead from between both teams. No one too really ahead to make a significant difference. But in so far, I think Enigma 9 is doing a better job at rotation. Yeah, I think they're sticking together, making more team fights. Xbox takes the last loss. I think it's 3 for 3 out of the Xbox.
Yeah,
So I think
3 for 3 for the side there of Enigma. He does use the last insanity. Does retreat out of it though, at least. I think just a bit scared. They don't really want to give anything to the side of Mavericks. They have quite a substantial lead, especially with the 3 turtles going their way so far.
definitely the X
But yeah,
the Irithel is yeah, the Irithel gonna try to zone out the lane here. I think Mavs is gonna try to make a set in the top lane. What I'm seeing is that they are trying to get the marksman fed, so they're sticking quite a bit and using a lot of their resources on trying to protect the Brody here. But unfortunately, he's not having the best time again.
You're definitely struggling quite a bit in the early stages so far. It looks like they might look for gank here on the mid turret. They don't
Yeah,
look
but
as comfortable going after this Irithel anymore as they did in the earlier stages of the game. Struggling quite a bit to catch up.
two
But
members
yeah,
on
on
the
the
side
side of
of Enigma 9 here going down to the bottom lane. The Minnow is there, but unfortunately, he's just he's not able to synergize well with his team, at least in this game. They aren't able to do those ults. Unfortunately, they have the Matilda,
oh,
it
but
allows them to
very
just
good
engage.
engage there. Very good engage there from the Guinevere. Does help to finally pick up that Irithel.
Definitely, I think that was a
Very
very
good.
crucial kill, especially since the Lord is coming up now.
Yeah, and they do use the rough waves. I think the Charisma might be in trouble here as well. He does use the penalty zone to try and get out. He does finally get out. Last insanity pop from the X-Ball. But Guinevere does catches him. The immortality gets popped from the X-Ball. Sandstorm from Khalide and the X-Ball does fall. With the, I think the Stressler might here, he just gets out with a sliver of health there. And this should be a
Yeah,
free load for the start of Mavericks.
unfortunately, the
Turning it
bird didn't
around.
have his ult there to finish him off. I think it does benefit Mavericks more to have those messy team fights because they have the farmers and they have the minnows. So I think they actually need Enigma 9 to stick together in this instance, which is something that they did well in the last game. But in this game, it might work against them because they won't be able to have so much fun in those team fights.
Yeah, yeah, I just think the side of Mavericks having a bit better team fight than the side of Enigma, and they've noticed that and are trying to play more as a team. It's probably where they won that fight. I see the Khalid is also trying here to go for the split pushes.
Definitely, I think Mavericks is gonna try to make the most
Oh,
out
a
of
very
the
good Nail
Lord.
Fury coming out there. Now they do catch the Irithyll. Mathilda just gets out.
There is, I mean, in the meantime, we see that two members of Enigma 9 are going to try to push down the bottom lane turret here. But Mavericks actually end up getting the more important turrets with the two tier 1. Anyways, yeah, two turrets, especially the mid lane turret was one of the most important turrets in that game. So Mavericks are in a good position right now. In terms of kills, they're a bit behind, but gold and overall turret lead, they are ahead. So I think in this instance, what happened was that last game they had Nemesis Prime on the marksman, and then Z King on the XP. So swapping roles quite a bit. It disrupts a bit of rotation, but I think this might also be their first time using this lineup in terms of uh tournaments. But like I think they're doing a pretty good job. But also Mavericks isn't a team to be experimenting with in this instance. But they're doing a pretty good job of making sure they stay in the game. Uh, Teriyaki is going to try to make a bit of sets, but the Matilda is going to be a useful hero to have on the side of Enigma 9. I think they're going to look for more pickoffs like they're doing right now. The Xbox is in a tough position here. Is forced to use the last insanity, but manages to escape.
Yeah, just manages to escape out of there. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the immortality up, but the Khalid is looking for him. Khalid might be in trouble and does fall.
Yeah, they managed to cut to cancel the ult of Dita there. Brody does have has enough stacks on the Terizla
And the
here. He might
Sandstorm does
actually be
come
able to
out
get
and the
out.
Violet Reckless and the Leather Realm. The son of Mavericks is popping everything at this stage. But they do get a lot out of it. But they do lose the Brody in the end of the fight there.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Brody flickered into the Iritho to kill the Iritho, but Iritho has Flask, so Flask actually gave them an insane amount of shield that manages to survive that. So it wasn't the best idea to flicker into the turret, especially since the turret wasn't down yet. So and it is also pretty. I mean, he will be back in time for the next Lord here, but that wasn't a very useful death for him. But they will be in a better position for the Lord. It's just that in terms of starting it gives Enigma 9 a bit of a head start. I mean, they do see the Gwen here. The Gwen is going to try to make a set, but they don't have vision on
Yeah.
all the members. I see that the Matilda is in the bottom lane here. I think he's just going to try to go from the back.
Okay, but the Xbox doesn't have the shield, so you can't pop that last insanity. And a good Renani Fury coming out. The side and the penalty zone. This Lord might go either way here. Swag does pick it up. We see the last insanity getting popped from the Xbox
Oh,
after he releases
look
his
at the
immortality.
damage from. Look at the heal coming in from Khalid. There are enough stacks on the side of Brody, but unfortunately doesn't have his ult yet. So in terms of that, they do Mavericks does lose their aroma, but doesn't really matter because it is an enhanced load, and
Yeah,
they
but we
do
do see
catch
the
up.
Violet Drake Rim on the
See it.
Matilda.
Chase down. No, look at these rather. That is Matilda. Jeepers, they don't look the same. Xbox is in a tough position. Yeah, I think it's gonna get picked off.
No, it just does get out. We do see the rough waves coming through, but the Netherrealm is there to save. Oh, but and they do pick up the Xbox. I don't think he should have engaged them back there again.
Yeah, I think he was trying to take down his buff, but unfortunately, Mavericks is gonna try to look to end with this game here. Uh, I think they have enough members to actually try to force an end. Khan will be back in time though. The Lord won't be able to take down everything, but they might be able to take down at least one turret. Brody has picked up penetration, so you'll be able to penetrate. I see that Moba Chad, he's building it very different from what War usually goes. He doesn't have the one physical attack item. He's going full on tank. It does have its limitations because then you can't get that heal from those team fights. But Mavericks is pushing straight here. I think they're gonna try to end this game. Teriyaki does have Oracle. Usually, I mean the new update. I'm not sure on the last time I played it, but people like building Oracle on the Minnow
Okay.
instead of Oracle. I mean Flask rather. But the Mavericks looking to end here. I think Khan in a terrible position. He is caught out. The Kadita is trying something, but it simply doesn't have enough damage at this stage of the game to be able to kill the side of Mavericks. Mavericks will look to try to end here, but Mobachad will be back in time, so I think they'll look to disengage because they don't want to get picked off by the very tactical.
Yeah, just great team fight after team fight happening here from both teams. So Mavericks definitely playing a lot better here in the later stages of the game, as in the earlier stages. You just see synergy wise, just mix them well together. I do think the swap with Music King going to the gold lane and replacing the marksman with a new XP laner with Mova Chad is kind of making a difference. Nemesis Prime replacing Nemesis Prime with Mova Chad.
Yeah, I think the key issue with like changing roles that it disrupt the way. Like if you have a momentum, it does affect how well you synergize in the next game along.
It's
Especially
definitely. Oh, but this
no
Kadita here in the middle
Kadita.
does pick up his damage.
Mino
Oh,
does
but
have
she
his
might
ult
die
here.
for
The
the
Lord is
ult.
up. I think that wasn't the. I mean, he killed the farmers, but farmers is just back now. So I don't think that was worth the kill there. I don't think that death was worth it. They are gonna cancel down the
And the
Lord
Violet
here.
Draco used from the Gwen there, and I think the Strezla might fall for this as well. Do you see the last Insanity being popped and the Netherrealm? But yeah, the side of
Yeah, I don't think
Mavericks
Mavericks
picking up 3
Mavericks gonna
kills for
try to get down
nothing.
the Lord, but I don't think they necessarily need it yet. They have to. They might need it actually because members will be back. But they're gonna go straight for it. There are two members left on the side of Enigma 9. We have the Irithel and Circuit playing Matilda, that is. Brody is locked down the Lord. I think they'll actually take down the game here. GG, well played to the side of Mavericks, making it 1-1. So very good response coming in from Mavericks. They're not going down without a fight. I was worried in the early game, but like they managed to make down the game to change the trajectory of the game here. It was a much better draft on their side. The Brody he had a much better game in this instance. So we're going to a game 3. Let's just see how both teams respond to this change of time. So again, the team that loses this next game will be knocked out. Let's just see how both teams do it. I'll give it to Sam with the
Yeah.
post game analysis.
Yeah, so well, I did say Mavericks had a really good lineup. And this time around they were able to really utilize that to its full potential. You saw the plays that they were making, the sets as well. The Gwyn was doing so much, as well as of course that Brody. That Brody was dealing so much of damage, and I think this time around it really really worked for them. But of course, on the opposite side, when we're looking at Enigma 9 and their draft, the Matilda roam was doing so much as well, but for some odd reason, it wasn't enough. And then, well, obviously they didn't manage to win. But yeah, I think it was a really good game. I think at the start of the game, it really looked like Enigma 9 was actually in the lead. But after that, the Mavericks, they took the lead and they held it until they did win. So yeah, I think it was a very well played game on their part. Um, but I think from both sides as well, very well played. Really looking forward to see the last game, and this one's gonna have me on the edge of my seat. I know, because like you can't count out either one of these teams. It could go either way. They're both really, really, really strong teams. So yeah, I'm trying not to be biased over here. I'm just gonna say that. What do you think, Nigel?
I think um I think Enigma 9 are still deciding on whether or not they're gonna keep the same lineup as the last game. Yeah, the swapping and roles disrupted a bit of their synergy a bit. Remember that in the last game, I think I argued that they had a much better synergy in terms of just how they were rotating in the
Yeah.
last game. I think Where's Fluffy? Where's Fluffy and who else? Fluffy, where are you? We in lobby.
Um,
Yes, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here.
Are you here with us?
I'm here in the
Okay,
lobby
who else?
with you.
Oh yeah. We all this side. Yeah. So I see that Mavericks, I'm not Mavericks rather, Enigma 9 do have those rows left open. They have the XP lane. I mean, they have mobile chat not here. They have con here, but they're gonna see whether or not they're gonna bring back Nemesis or they're gonna go back with mobile chat in this lineup. But I think mobile chat is back. That's what they're gonna go stick with in this game again. So I mean, yeah, let's just see how they go. They do have first pick in this game, but I want to see if they actually lock down the win for themselves. We did see that what happens. I mean, there'll probably a lot of questions about what War would pick when the Terizla is gone. But he ended up picking the pretty good Khalid. Let me just check everyone's ready before I start. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I have started. Okay. So yeah, Sam, how do you think? I mean, according to our predictions, this should be the game that Mavs wins. I did predict that Enigma 9 will be able to take a game off Mavericks there, but in this instance, they have their first pick in first ban, so the luck is in their favor. It does allow them to control the trajectory of the draft a bit. They can leave down the Diggy. They can leave it out so that they can actually pick it for themselves. They can take out the Farmers. Farmers has been used to in 2 games by Mavericks, so I think that's they missed the
I
ban. What's going on?
know.
I'm not
I
sure what
think
happened there.
there's so many options open for themselves, but you see, if Mavericks are not going to ban both Nolan and the Diggy, I'm pretty sure that they're gonna pick those up because it worked so well for them in the first game.
I think Con skipped the ban. I think something is wrong. I think they're gonna change it up a bit. No, they banned the Martyrs. I'm not sure if that was an intentional skip. Anyways, in some instances when people skip a ban, they want to pick a certain hero. So maybe that's what's happening here in this instance. Hopefully that's not like any network issues. War does have the second ban. Jinx is selected as the first pick here. Guinevere is open, but Dig is also open. So that's another problem. So let's see which one they go for here. It isn't Circuit who has first pick, it is Jinx. So Xbox is open again, Matilda's open, but I think they're gonna lock down the jungle row here. If they don't, it'll be in a tough position for them to for the rest of the draft. What do you think they're gonna go for first pick? Lilia. I mean, Lilia is not a bad hero. It's just that oh no, they went for the god.
Okay.
Yeah, they went for the win. But again, Mavericks does have the opportunity to pick down the Diggy, but it's also easier for them to then also pick the Valentina. So, but I haven't really seen a Valentina coming in from the side of Con's team here of Enigma 9. So maybe Maverick knows that, but they're still gonna pick down the Diggy. So they might pick a Diggy and then ban Valentina. So it will be Swag. They picked the Lily instead, but that does also leave the Farmers open on the side of Enigma 9. But again, that's not really a hero that they conventionally play. Okay, I see what's
Oh,
happening. I see what they're cooking. So Mziu is actually going to be taking away the Brody. Circuit is still on Rome. He usually goes toward Rome. Diggy is still open, but no, they switched out the MOBA chat and then they give him the Paquito. I wonder if they're gonna. I mean, they can go Farmers Rome, but usually they pick the Farmers straight up into the mid lane here. So they pick up a Bruno, which is a very very solid pick. It had a 93%. I think win rate. I don't know, guys. I'm making up stats. I saw the stats somewhere. Win rate in M5. It's either Brody or Nolan that had it. But yeah. Anyways, they have two last picks here. Diggy is still open for both teams to take, but the minnow is actually banned from the side of Mavericks. So I think they're planning a different type of comp here. Circuit does have the last ban, um, but then again they do have the very very good picks on the side of the Brody and the Gwen here. Diggy was taken out, which does mean that Mavericks won't have it as a counter to the Gwen there. Uh, Brody's a good hero. It's just that they need to gank the lane a lot. Paquito, we usually haven't seen him in XP lane. We saw him once or twice, but it's not really often picked in this specific tournament. But he is still a solid pick in terms of the XP lane. I haven't really seen Con play the Guinevere, but I do like the Matilda pick from the side of Teriyaki there. It is a comfort pick for him.
Yeah, I've also seen Teriyaki playing Matilda a lot, and he's a really good Matilda. And I also agree, I have not seen Con playing Gwyn jungle, but you know, I think he's a good jungle. He knows his role, so looking forward to see how he's going to play her. Okay, we see
Yeah.
Circuit actually locking in the Lolita.
Yeah, Circuit
Um,
locking the Lolita and Jinx locking down his signature Louis. So I do like the pick there, but it looks like Swag is gonna go back to meta here. He's gonna look to lock in the Fredrin and the Matilda. You know, nice safe draft from the side of Mavericks, but Enigma 9 also is a pretty solid draft in terms of having the Gwen. Usually they pair it up with something like an Angela or like a Roam sort of heal hero, but the Lolita is pretty good here. It's just that I'm worried about the Lolita versus Fred situation. I mean, they did change it a bit. Usually, you would be able to cancel the Lolita out with like Airborne, but they changed it up a bit, right? As far as I remember, you can't cancel it anymore.
yeah, I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
so too.
yeah. No, you used to be able to cancel Lolitas out with something like a flame shot. Was the most horrible thing. But yeah, anyways, it is a much much better draft from both teams. Yeah. So let's see how both teams, make it out in the last game. Both teams have a good draft. Both teams have solid picks. So I think it's just gonna come down to a skill diff, right? Skill diff, rotation diff. Let's see how the teams go. So what are your predictions before we give it out to Fluffy? Sam, you don't like predictions?
Mm, I actually think that I don't know, for this game I'm like so caught in between, and I actually think that I prefer the side of Enigma 9's draft a little better than I do Mavs.
Okay, yeah, okay. Let's see. The momentum is on the side of Mavs with the last win in the last game. Um, but yeah, Enigma 9 are gonna skip the first lit though. Whoa, yeah, they're gonna skip the first lit though. Or at least Mavericks will force to use retribution there, so they will be able to take down. They're gonna try to actually take down this small creep. Uh, yeah, they're playing so aggressive here. They have the Lilia on the side of Mavericks, but unfortunately isn't able to um, be as impactful yet. But as soon as he gets, I mean, he's a pretty early game hero. Just that Louis is a very annoying hero to deal with, especially in the early game. Fluffy, you here?
Yes. Yeah. I'm just listening there. I'm checking out. Very aggressive from the side of Enigma quite early on so far. Trying small invasion on the Fred, trying to get his just stop his jungle rotation and make it a bit slower. Hasn't really worked so far for them. Oh, but the Fred is quite low here. Does decide to go back a bit there. The Guinevere does have the level 4 so far as well. Should be a great setup, maybe. And she does catch
Yeah.
a Fred with the Violent Requiem and does get the first kill. The first blood.
Yeah, Gwen manages to catch down the Fred. The Fred is actually not level 4 yet. He's only level 3. That's mostly because they invaded his buff at some point. Took down his small creep. So Huck is gonna try to look to do an insane amount of damage. He does have his ult. He does have level 4 unlocked, but so does Terizla. So both teams are in a good position for the next turtle. But Swag actually is not in a good position because he's still level 3. He's gonna go down for his creep here. I'm not so sure if Con realizes that, but the next turtle won't be started yet. Mavericks, even though they're behind in terms of jungle, um, they're gonna look to be taking the turtle down to their side.
Yeah, definitely. Already actually having almost 1,000 gold lead on the side of Enigma. I actually can't tell you where that came from, but yeah, Fred does decide to engage her. Onto Jinx. She does get out of. I think just trying to make sure he can have a chance to get this Rexy. Especially with the Charizla, with the good penalty zone landing here. It shouldn't be too difficult for the side of Mavericks to have a great chance to contest for this turtle.
Definitely. The XP lane of the outside of Mavericks is slightly higher. But he is in a good position to make a set here. But I think he's going to take down this. Oh, very good art from the
Oh,
backline from Khan, catching them out of out of position there. Manages to get down the was it Gambit? Gambit. He takes down the mid lane off the side of Mavericks. It actually Teriyaki is in a very low position here, but he's able to get out of there because yeah, the damage isn't there yet for the side of Louis.
yes, definitely. Great trade. Or not even a trade really. Great start for the side of Enigma. They're getting a free turtle and a kill there. And this Brody has been farming up quite well against this Bruno, getting that full tower plating, that full gold plating from the tower there in the early stages of the game.
Definitely, and I do like how they took away the Brody on the side of uh on the side of Mavericks because it forces the Enigma. I mean, it forces Mavericks to change their draft a bit. The Brunei isn't something we've seen, at least not recently. But like yeah, I'm talking about in terms of Mavericks' drafts. But they do have uh Lily are forced to use his Purify there, so you won't have that resource coming in for the next total fight. But I think it looks like Enigma 9 is going to try to force down the turret here. I think either they're forcing them to go back to turret or just uh, pay with their lives because they are outnumbered. Fred is going to use that as an opportunity to get a bit of mid turret gold and the blue buff. But Paquito sees that and is going to try to do a nice 1v1 there, but actually turned out to be a 2v1. Louis is
But
there
the
with the.
Louis
Ooh,
Yi
they are
getting a
looking
great
mid
ult there.
there. They managed to get. Oh, they managing to catch down the Fred because he didn't see that coming. So very good ult, but Brody actually left with his teammates there. But Bruno might be able to use that as an opportunity to take down the bottom lane turret. But so far, good trade. I do like the Louis, man. Louis is a pretty solid pick into getting in and out of team fights. So they're gonna lose down the bottom lane turret, but they'll be able to take down the top lane turret. Oh,
Yeah, and this Lilia
Lily in
might
a
be in
bad
trouble,
position
yeah. I
here.
think Lilia might fall here. I don't
Yes,
see her getting out of here.
she actually does. She's
Yeah,
gonna die there, but Brody is alone. But I mean, yeah, Bruno rather. But I think Bruno is worried about getting caught up by the Louis ult. They've swapped lanes. I think Brody's gonna go top lane turret because they've already gotten the bottom lane turret there. So he's gonna try to put a bit more pressure on the top lane turret. He's in a good position here to help down his team take down the next turtle. So for turtle, in this instance, it's 2-0 on the side of Khan.
yeah. Side of Enigma just having such an early game start. I think the great thing about this Fakira pickup is you can send him to the offlane and his rotation speed is just so quick. So you can get to those team fights quite easily and they have the annoying hit, so they're never really late. Oh, but the side of Mavericks does get 2 kills in response back. Gets Khan and Moba Chad.
Yeah, very bad positioning. I mean, they were trying to both attack the people and take down the mid lane turret. Unfortunately, the mid lane turret wasn't taken down. Circuit uses it out very quickly. Unfortunately, he's unable to stand down someone, but I think he was just trying to stall them from taking down the next turret.
Yeah, I think just trying to save mid as best as you could possibly. It did at least save the tower. It is still half HP, so it does give them something to work with in the mid lane. But yeah, when it looks like Mavericks are down, they just have this little comeback that they make every now and then, and which does help them change the game into their favors.
Yes. It looks like there's gonna be a mid lane gank here. The next turtle is spawning, so I don't think either members want to lose people. Both XP lane is actually trying to rotate down to the bottom lane to be there for the next turtle, but it doesn't change a lot, but it does give a team a boost and a bit of shield and also gold. So I think just overall winning turtles boost the morale of the team. So I think both teams are going to commit to it. Louis is also a pretty useful has a pretty useful resource here because he's able to get his team in and out of ganks. So that's actually what they've been doing lately. The next turtle is spawning here. The Bruno is going to try to go there, but I think he might get caught off here because I don't think he sees the people coming in and out. Oh, flicker, forced to use the flicker.
It does
Oh, but
flicker
Chad
out.
goes for it though. Oh, very
Oh,
good
but
art
very
from
good
Wall.
penalty
Managed
zone.
to just members, but unfortunately there isn't anyone to respond with more damage. They actually managed to
But
take
they
down
do
the
pick
win.
up the Guinevere. The
Yeah,
first Lord might go get to the side of Mavericks, which
this
would
is
be
gonna
a
be
complete turnaround in the economy.
yeah, it's gonna look to be a Lord on the side of Mavericks here. It very good resource for them to get. I mean, killing the jungler. I think Khan was caught out of position there, so he ended up dying because of that. But Mobile Chat is gonna try to respond with the turret take. But unfortunately, that's unsuccessful.
Yeah, definitely. Rabbit just checking the map. They're trying to get vision, making sure. But yeah, side of Mavericks doing after having such a bad early game start, doing quite great. Already having a goal lead in their favor now. Looks like they
Definitely.
are going to try and maybe push down this mid turret. They do back off.
Bakito's quite out of position. Yeah, I think 4 members are going to commit to trying to kill him. I think they might be able to do it. He has used his flicker, but unfortunately, it's not enough. It's going to end up dying.
Yeah, I think the CC from the Fred with the damage of the Bruno is just too much at this stage of the game.
Yeah, I think
I
Mavericks are
think
going
they
to try to
actually do
respond
get
with
a
the
lot
mid
of
lane
turret for this.
here.
They do pick up that Lolita. I definitely do think that they do pick up the mid turret here as well. Very good all from Wall, landing on the Loyer at the back. But yeah, very good fight coming out from Mavericks there.
Yeah, definitely. The next load is spawning the next about a minute or so, and then a half or so. So both teams will be in a good position. I think Mavericks has a slight lead here. I think getting that Lord. I think the synergy is just a bit better in this game. Uh, yeah, the Gwen they have the Gwen on the side of Enigma 9, but they haven't been able to at least burst on as many people as they would have liked to be doing. So me 1v1 with the Fred and Brody here. Oh, Teresa's
But
actually
yeah,
gets
the Guinevere just using the Violent Requiem, they getting the pickup of the Charizla.
Definitely. I think Mavs are in a good position, but I think the Brody doesn't know that they're gonna try to gank him down here.
Yeah, very good position coming out here. Gon might be in a bit of trouble. Yeah, he does have that second skill just to get out there.
Lolita does have ult, but unfortunately, he isn't able to get cash down anyone. I think the most that Loi can do, not Loi rather, Lolita can do in this game is probably use his ult as a shield, not his ult rather, his second skill. I think that's the most useful resource he has right now. He can make sets, it's just that the people of Mavericks have a lot of escape heroes, so it's very difficult for him to make a set of which they can easily convert to a kill. But working well with the Loi is going to be a good idea for him.
Definitely, I think if the Loyer can get a good positioning with the Lolita, she can really get a good 5-man stun. But yeah, we're looking at this Lord fight. The side of Mavericks do have 5 people here on the side. Looks like they will find out this, but I doubt that the Charizla would be able to do a lot against this Paquito at this stage of the game.
Yeah, I think they both reset the Lord. Mobile Chat did clear the top lane turret there, so the wave at least will actually help them get the turret there, at least in that lane. So very good early game micro. I'm not mean late game micro coming in for the Paquito. They're gonna look to try to take down the Lord, but both teams just look to be zoning each other here. I don't think anyone's heavily interested in going into it.
Yeah, it's just this Paquito is offering so much at this stage of the game. Yeah, for the side of Enigma, just splitting the side of Mavericks up. Maybe looks like they're going to start the Lord, knowing that the Charizard isn't there, not going to be able to make a set at this moment, and they do know where Swag is with the Fred as well.
Teresla manages to get to the back line, yeah, but Sprint forced to be used on side of Jinx. I think Mavericks is gonna. Ooh, the Lord goes down to the Fredrin.
Yeah, and I think they do pick up the Paquito there as well. Valiant Decorum is popped from the Gwen, but she does
Unfortunately,
get up. Sorry.
unfortunately, the damage manages to kill down the Gwen there. It looks like they're gonna be trying to push down the mid lane turret. There's a better game for Mavericks here, but the shield of Lolita being pretty useful here. Lolia hasn't really um, died so much. I mean, she's died twice, but there isn't a lot of kills in this game. But it's mostly about how both teams are looking to focus on the turret and not exactly kills like you usually see in Classic. But yeah, both teams are focusing on ending the game.
Yeah, but very good. I think maybe just trying to make sure, but the Lord does look like he will get his charge off. The Brody does come with the wind charm, and the Violent Requiem does come out from the wind. They do pick up the Bruno, but the Jerusalem with a good penalty zone, they're coming out. They do pick up the top inhibitor turret, and the Loyer as well.
It looks like no, but I think they're gonna disengage here. I mean, it seems like Khan's
But it looks
going
like
in,
Enigma wants to fight
going
it.
in, Pakita's going in. Unfortunately, they don't have enough damage to try and kill down the enemy. Does Brody have? Brody has picked up Malefic Roar here, so he will be able to do a bit more damage. So yeah, that so far both teams are doing good. It's just that um, the side of Enigma 9 are not winning those, skirmishes when there's a lot of team fights.
Yes, definitely, I agree with you. Um, yeah, the side of Mavericks is having better engages overall. And definitely getting something out of it every time they win a team fight. Like that top inhibitor turret, and just disengaging directly after.
Definitely, I think they're gonna look to take down the next Lord here, which is spawning the next minute or so. But so far, I think the key to victory for Enigma 9 is to try and pick off members of Mavericks that are on their own. Like the Matilda's going in here, but she is alone. They could try to kill her off. The Gwen out to the back line. Very good positioning from Lolita, but unfortunately, they might be able to get down the kill. The Fred is still alive. Fred reinforced to the Paquito. I mean, Brody has enough stacks here, but he has already used his ult. Unfortunately, they lose down the mage. Immortality popped. So much damage coming in from the Paquito. He has enough stacks, but does he have enough damage to actually kill him? No, he doesn't. He actually forced to back off here. So it is a jungler for mage trade. Brody is still trying to do something. Yeah, I think they're gonna try to. I'm not so sure if they know that the Paquito is chilling there. So Paquito is gonna actually was trying to kill down the enemy, but uh, he's gonna opt to clear the minions instead.
Yeah, and it looks like the side of Mavericks is putting this Lord to their side a bit. Or maybe trying to bait the side of Enigma with the Lord. Swag is back up again, and the Loyer as well. I do think we are going to see a team fight, definitely. Both teams wanting this Lord for themselves.
Definitely. There is a lord here. I mean, they do have the Louis out to just go back straight to the lord, so it's fine. So they're gonna try to get down a bit more. Oh, but they are outnumbered though. The Louis is gonna go in a very good position to go. No, they actually cancel it out. But Mavericks is
No,
still
no, no.
in.
She did pop the ulti, but
I think she canceled it.
yes, she cancelled it out there. But this Paquito just getting all the turrets here in the mid lane while all this is happening because the Lord is not really being touched so far.
Yeah, the Terizla forced down on the side of Mavericks. He's caught out of position. Lori doesn't have an ult yet, but the Lord has been reset, but I don't think anyone's interested in taking. Oh, okay, there we go. Brody, the Z King is focusing on. They're gonna use the Bakito as a way to zone out the side of Mavericks. Mavericks do have a jungler alive. I think for some reason, I think Swag wanted to get his stacks up. Swag manages to not get the Lord this time. It goes down to the Gwen. They do manage to get to kill down the Brody. So it is. I mean, they did get the Lord, but it's no use if they actually lose our members here. So Luis is trying his best here. Lolita's trying his best to shield down his teammates, but unfortunately the damage is insane here. Mobachad
Yeah,
is the only one
if they
left
pick up
alive.
this
What they be
Taquito,
able
they
to
can
do?
probably end here.
They can end, but the Lord is coming up. But I think Mobachad is the only one left alive. They're gonna try to push down the waves here.
Yeah, definitely. Very good team fight coming there out from the side of Mavericks, and I think if they try, there might be a possibility to end this. The Spectator is in danger. He will lose his immortality.
Yeah, Pat trying
And
to
the
do his
minion
best
wave,
here.
and they just pushed
Brody's
me.
locked
But the
into the
Brody
turret.
is
I think
back
it's
up.
on. I'm not Brody, Bruno. I think Bruno might be able to end this. Chichu will play to the side of Mavericks, taking the game 2-1. So my prediction was spot on there. So yeah, we'll play. Well done to both teams. I will leave it up to the team here for the post game analysis, and yeah, just basically to see. I think in my instance, I just think it was a problem of synergy. They had a pretty good game, but then they swapped roles a bit. I think that messed up with their flow of their synergy. So they just got out synergized in the next games. So GG well played. Enigma 9 unfortunately will be out of the tournament, but there are still more games left. Next game will be No Life King versus Mavericks, and that promises to be exciting.
Yes,
But yeah,
definitely. I can't wait for that as well.
definitely. I will have to go for it, but I'm gonna leave it to Sam and the rest of the crew to give the last game, announcements. I think Doof is still here too. So yeah, to tell something. But did you all? And thank you guys for joining me. So for me, I'm out. See ya.
Bye, Nigel. Okay, yeah, I also was with you. I said it was going to be 2-1 favoring the side of Mavs, but yeah, when I saw the draft at the end, I was like if you look at Enigma Nine's draft, they had such a good draft. Like, on paper, it was so good. It's just like the execution of it wasn't as grand. And I think the substitution that they did for Mobachad for Nemesis, that kind of messed up their synergy, like you said. And I think that was where they started losing the games after they made that swap. Not saying that Mobachad is a bad player or anything, but for some odd reason it just didn't like gel well with them. And yeah, of course, on the sides of Mavericks, they had a good draft. They had good execution of that draft. They had good synergy, and they played so well. Like they played as a unit, and that was really instrumental in getting them that win. Um, but yeah, GG's to both the teams. I think they played really well, and GG's to Con. Yeah, what are your thoughts on
On the game.
the match? Yeah.
Alright, so my thoughts are that Enigma 9 had the upper hand in terms of rotations and pickoffs. So they just were able to out rotate Mavericks and just do overall better pickoffs. But as you can see, Mavericks were drafting for a team fight type of win condition. So to try and bring as many team fights as possible, so that they can win. And you've seen at some point when they just went into an all-out war, it just ended up being Mavericks coming out on top most of the time. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and what helped Enigma 9 as well was Con getting most of these objectives, so that contributed as well. But yeah, both teams played really well. I do think that Bruno for Virus was a bit of a new one there. I know he is always complaining about that pick, so I'm not exactly sure why he picked it this time around. Probably a little bit salty that his Brody was picked up. But yeah, that's it. Let's just start. Yami is here, so Samara, you can start off the interview.
Why me? I barely ever have any questions to ask, but welcome, Yami. Okay, so what was going through your mind in the last game?
It was definitely very stressful. Was definitely a do or die moment since we're in the lower brackets. Everyone was just bad and it was quite stressful. But yeah, we pulled it off. So
That was good.
Yeah, no, you really did. That was amazing, that last match, and of course, you ended up getting MVP. How do you feel about that?
I'm probably going to get roasted for it in the group chat later because Rome couldn't be MVP. It's nice for the screenshot.
Hey, Yami,
Okay.
how did you feel after that first loss? Were you expecting to lose any of the games tonight?
Definitely thought there was a chance, but I didn't think we would.
Nah. I also,
Gun to my head.
yeah, I mean, y'all played
Then
like dogs, so that's just what happens.
yeah, that first game was a bit iffy.
Alright, we have Swag joining us as well. Fluffy, are you here? Come in, Fluffy.
Yes, yes, I'm
Yes,
here.
yeah, let's finish off with Yami so I can kick him and then move on to Swag.
Oh, don't kick me! I don't watch the
Okay,
stream.
fantastic.
I
So
be
what?
here.
Okay, I don't really know what to ask. But okay, let's ask like this. What was? I think the third game was a bit stressful for you guys. With the Paquita split pushing quite a lot. It did look like it disrupted you guys. What was your game plan around that, especially with him at the later stages just getting turrets and putting a lot more pressure? So that you guys had to rotate a bit more just to make sure that he doesn't get more turrets. What was going through your guys?
That's for both of you.
Yeah, I think they definitely out-rotated us in the split pushing. We had to end up sending War quite a lot to the side lanes. I think they pretty much out-rotated us there, so very well done to them. Team fights were super messy, but yeah, we managed to save it in the end with some lucky plays and catching them off guard. So yeah, it worked out.
Yeah, the thing in the split pushing, the Paquito was definitely him. War was just is having to move around, and he's the much slower hero. So, well played to that pack.
Yeah, Samara, you said earlier that the lineup change didn't bode well for Enigma 9. I kind of disagree with that because Mobichad, being the player that he is, and seeing how he has contributed to these games, I would think that whoever is the shot caller in Enigma 9 actually sent him to do all the things that he did, whether it be offlaning or just trying to get a pick off or something like that. So it was definitely a team kind of decision. But even then, as the offlaner, it's basically his job to make sure there's pressure on the opposite lane. But yeah,
I think
swag,
that's
Yami.
one way of looking at it, but like for me, I just feel it didn't really work.
I mean that's a fair opinion. Swag, Yami, anything you want to say to the viewers? Do you want to apologize for playing like dogs?
That's on us. Sorry
That
guys.
is
Sorry to let you guys
mean.
down.
Yeah,
Sorry to
how
let
bad
you
for losing
down.
to fucking wannabe dogs.
Yeah, we.
Wait,
Shout out
wait,
to
I
the
have a last
Conjo.
question.
Right.
What was going through your heads after losing game one? Did you actually think like there's a high chance we're knocked out of this tournament after that, or did you guys know you would take the inevitable comeback? Was it a bit more stressful playing those last two games, or not really? Were you guys still calm?
It definitely got to us
Yeah,
a
it
little bit.
was pretty stressful.
Yeah, Yams take this one.
Yeah, up until like the second match, we were still like bickering quite a bit because of the first. So we definitely didn't expect it, and it definitely had a huge effect on our mental.
Yeah, we recovered quite well though, and then yeah, we ended up getting back into the right mind state, and we played well from there on out, or kind of well.
Yeah, definitely. But GG's well played to you guys. Very good team fights, especially coming out at the last two games and winning the fight, even though losing the Lord there at the end. Very great, very well played by you guys. Deuce,
Awesome. Thank you
any
so
other
much.
questions?
Yeah, nothing else. Let's move on. Con is here. How's it, Con? How you doing? Think bro's AFK. We'll give the men's 20-second timer. Con, do you want to rejoin? Maybe that could be the issue. Or just replug in your mic headset thing.
I see he did mute and unmute himself real quick, so I do think he is trying to talk, but just not able to hear him at the current stage.
Okay. Let's see if I can get him back in here. Okay, he's joined. Con, testing. 1, 2. Oh, I do believe I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, much better.
Hey guys,
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, man.
Good stuff. Your thoughts, please, on the series that was played today.
It was it's disappointing, I won't lie, but I think it went okay on our side. I was tilting a bit, but then I was just like, you know what, nice calm. We did our best. Didn't work in our favor, but that's okay, you know? Move on. Move
Yeah,
on.
I mean, I do think that both teams were tilting a bit there, if I'm not mistaken. I wasn't
Yeah,
on
no,
the
certainly.
I wasn't on the Mavericks voice share, of course, but judging like the way I know Virus, I'm quite sure he was tilting hard, especially from their first game. So yeah, I mean, you did really a good job in out rotating and on those pickoffs. So you had a number down on Mavericks, which is really good as well. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was a debut for Laui in this Enter the Equilibrium tournament, and she did quite well, of course. And I do think that Guinevere pick was your first time in this tournament as well.
Yeah, that was first time as well.
Why did you? Oh yes, what happened for that ban that y'all missed in the third
Which
game?
ban? Oh, Z had an issue. So
Oh,
I think either he wasn't on his phone, maybe he went somewhere, or network issues. Maybe he restarted his phone or something. Then he came back.
oh, I see. Um,
Yeah,
that's just a bit unfortunate. But you probably
yeah.
wanted to ban out the Gwyn and pick something more comfortable. But yeah,
Actually, it was gonna be a bit different, but I mean, it was okay. The Gwyn pick, yeah, not my thing. I won't lie. I do think at least right now, it goes through your head like, damn, should have picked something else, but that's in the past now. Shouldn't be dwelling on it too much.
yeah. I mean, uh, you just go to kind of reflect on our mistakes and just try and fix it, because there are other
Yeah,
tournaments coming up in the future pretty soon, actually. Not
yeah.
not from us, but from other
Not once a year.
yeah, from other organizers. But yeah,
Yeah, no, that's good.
Samara, Fluffy,
Yeah,
any
I'm looking
questions?
forward to it, man.
Samara, Fluffy.
I'll
Yeah,
quickly
yeah,
ask a
no,
question.
I'm here. I'm totally not falling asleep.
Okay, ask a question, then go to sleep. ask a question, then go to sleep, please.
No, rain is not raining.
Okay.
Martin,
Okay,
I quickly ask first.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
nice.
okay, you can ask first.
Okay, so Con, what basically, if I ask the Mavericks basically the same question, but I'm going to ask it in reverse. What went through your guys' head after, obviously, you guys taking the first game? I'm
Yeah.
probably thinking you guys went high spirits, thinking, okay, we can take this. We're already
Yeah.
halfway there. And then losing the second game. What went through your minds before going into the third? Were you a bit tilted? Or did you
I
struggle?
won't lie. What's this? After the second loss, no tilting actually. We're actually calm. Just said, hey, you know what? It's okay. Let's get the third. I think after the first win, even though we lost, it wasn't like a game changer to like change our mood or anything. So I think what happened in the third game, the main issue, I think we just lost in the draft. So yeah,
Probably, I think fighting a high level opponents, you could expect it to have a game taken off of you. So you shouldn't let that get to
yeah.
you. And that's a good job there. But Samara, do you have a question ready or do I skip you?
No, yeah, I do have a question. So I just wanted to know, what was the reason for the substitution of, Mobichad for Nemesis Prime?
Mobachar was the initial person who was supposed to play. Issue was when it came to game time. I think you guys saw. My team was not in the lobby for a while and actually asked how long we had before match starts or like DQ. So we were trying to reach him, and he came like after the first game. So I just put him in.
Okay. I thought you were actually gonna go with Nemesis and then, you'll swapped him out for MOBA. Okay, that makes sense. And you guys were on a call, right, when you were playing?
Just me and Circuit actually. The VC. The others just listen.
Okay, okay. So do you think that if the others were to also contribute to the call that it would make a difference in your play style?
I mean, maybe because then information could like we could know what's this, for example, if the mage is on call or the exp like when he's about to engage and stuff like that. So I feel like it would
Yeah.
make a difference. But yeah, I mean, we usually almost never VC, so the fact that at least two of us are on VC these days, that's already a good thing. So we'll see how it goes moving forward.
Okay, thanks. And GG's.
GG's, well played.
All right. So Mavericks and Enigma 9, do you have anything to say to each other, seeing that this is the last game that you're going to play playing against each other in this tournament?
Hey, I wish
GG's, I guess.
yeah, I wish Mavericks all the best, man.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks.
Yeah, it's
Will
always
you?
good playing against you guys. We have quite a cool rivalry. It's not toxic. It's just two good teams playing each other. I think we both
Yes,
could have
it's
played better today, but
yeah,
yeah, we tried.
GG's, man. So good.
GG.
All right. Yeah, that's the end of that. So we'll be calling it a night. Time for me to go tune the teammates on the group chat and go to sleep. Anyways, thanks for tuning in and see you next time.